just looking at these different ways, creating these new ways of working that help to be able to build your communities at work. So the first one here is having community working agreements. So kind of connected to what I was saying before about teams, that really defining like how you work together, how you come together, collectively. So developing intentional commitments amongst your team for expectations and boundary settings. I will give you a couple of examples of what that could look like. So for example, it could be agreeing on trusting each other's expertise and recognizing that every team member doesn't have to be part of every decision, of all the decision making. Another one could be putting out there that you would appreciate when context and background is provided in advance when anyone is required to be in a meeting, and also accepting that priorities may shift. Requiring, a team member to become suddenly or temporarily unavailable. So kind of connect to that collective impact that we were talking about before. And so, there's a whole host of different agreements that y'all can put together, but I think just having everyone on the same page is a really impactful way to be able to make sure that you're working towards that, towards building community at work. Another one is shifting power dynamics. So this is just explicitly searching out perspectives and experiences that differ from your own. And again, we've mentioned here, we shared our own personal experiences, different ways that we have worked, whether it's here at Nova or previously, our different, lived experiences, and we all are coming with those perspectives, and, being able to share them is very powerful. And that's a lot of times how we grow and we're able to create, a lot of, amazing work. And moving on to holding space for community. So this is creating intentional spaces for dialogue around identity and self-reflection. So as we said, Mario shared how he shows up in spaces and just being aware of being like as a cisgender man, and just really taking time to, acknowledge that people hold a multitude of identities as well that are not going to be apparent to you, is extremely powerful, and allowing people to show up, in whatever way that, suits them to be able to get the work done is something that will be important as well. And then lastly is collaborate. Obviously, you've heard this word a lot. This word came up a lot in the chat when we were talking about what comes to mind when we think about both family, both, community. The word collaborate, I think, was one of the most consistent words that was coming up today. And so with collaborating, we're talking about building processes, team structures, and dynamics that encourage collaboration. So really, again, being intentional about how we encourage that certain behaviors to be able to get people to come together is just something that definitely helps and works towards building community as well.